All right, guys, the first leg day back where I feel like I can push myself to 100%. So we got 155 on the bar for the Smith SLDL here. And it looks like we're gonna be going for probably around 6 or 7. Last leg day we did 135 for 7 at an RPE of 9.5. So obviously this is 20 more pounds. So hopefully I can get like at least 6 reps here. And then on the second set, maybe we'll get like 4 or 5. But yeah, I'm excited for this leg day because I can go to failure on everything. Okay, I think that was 7 reps. Whew. Felt pretty good. Yeah, a little bit of form breakdown, not the biggest deal. Probably an RP, I'd say an RP of 9.5. I might have actually been able to get like 8. Whew. Yeah, that is gassing though. Yeah, since it's been so long since we've really done this one, like I really gotta kind of get my form locked in again. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how the next set goes. Maybe we'll get like 5 reps. But I might actually go down in weight next set just so that I can, you know, do a little bit higher reps so that I can keep my form a little more consistent. Because, yeah, I don't want to hurt myself. This is an easy one to hurt yourself on. So, all right, so I lied. We're not going to wait until next session to go down in weight. We're actually just going to go down in weight for this next set here. We're going to go back down to our 135. And we'll try and match the reps here, get like 7 or 8 reps maybe. Yeah, like I said, I just want to try and be a little safer on this exercise since, you know, that neurological adaptation isn't really there anymore. And until we develop that, we'll probably be going higher reps on this exercise for the future leg days. But anyways, yeah, so we'll probably go for like 7 or 8 reps on this set. Okay, yeah, we'll call it at 7. Whew. Man, that hurts. I think I could have got 8 there, but we'll run an RP of 9.5. Yeah. Oh man, when the hamstrings are just, like, when you're at the bottom of that range of motion and the hamstrings are so lengthened, it's like the craziest stretch ever. Whew. It's a good set though. All right, so last time we did 110 for 8 reps on an RP of 8.5. So we increased the weight to 120 and we're gonna try and get around a similar rep range. Maybe we'll get like 9 reps. If we get 9 reps or more, we'll increase the weight probably to like 125 or 130 maybe. But we'll see how this first set goes here. Okay, I don't know if I'd count that last one. I'll have to like look at the footage because I don't know if I got a full contraction there. It felt relatively okay. I'm definitely feeling a little bit of slight form breakdown there, but I'll write 8 reps for now. And if I look back at the footage and, you know, I see that the rep wasn't as clean as I'd like, I'll adjust it and change it to 7 on my tracker here. But overall, pretty good set. Definitely saying RPE of 10. And yeah, we'll rest up for a few minutes here. And I think I'll keep the weight the same at 120 pounds. And then we'll go for around 5 or 6 on our next set here. Okay, rest is complete. Yeah, we're gonna be going for around 5 or 6 reps here. Okay, yeah, I don't even know if I'd count that 5th one. I had like a lot of that, like kilping. I need to find out if that's the right word or not, kilping. Just like where my butt is like kind of raising a little more to compensate a bit. So I suppose I'd probably be using like my erectors more than my hamstrings, I'd assume. But let me find out real quick. Yeah, so I guess it'd just be called like hip lift compensation. Really, I think I probably just have to lower the weight and just make sure, you know, if my hips start to raise, then just end the set there. And, you know, whatever reps I got with my hips pinned to the pad, those are like the strict form reps that I want anyway, because I don't want my glutes or my hip flexors or anything to be compensating at all, because, you know, it's a hamstring exercise, not a glute exercise. So, you know, maybe I'll lower the weight on the next session and we'll just really focus on keeping our hips pinned to the pad so that there's no hip lift compensation. And then, you know, we're having a pretty strict form on this exercise. I don't know how much we'll have to lower the weight, but we'll see. All right, so we just did the warm-ups for the leg extension here. And last time we did 125, 7 reps at an RPE of 9. So we're just gonna go up 5 pounds. We're gonna go up to 130 and we'll see how many reps we can get here. We'll definitely try and push for failure here and kind of see how it goes. And yeah, like usual, we'll start with our left side. Oh, holy shit. Ugh. Man, that hurt. 6 reps. Not bad though. Yeah, I tried to like slightly go for the 7th there, but yeah, there's just no way I was getting that unless I put like all my freaking effort. I don't even think I would have gotten it though. Yeah, honestly though, I thought I was gonna get like at least 7 or 8, to be honest. So we'll just keep the weight the same on for our right leg. I don't know, I'll probably go down and wait for our next set here maybe. We'll see. All right, yeah, so we'll try and match the reps here. We'll try and get about 6 reps anyway. If we get 5, not a big deal. If we get 4, I mean, that'd kind of suck, but it'll be okay, I'm sure. Okay, so we got 6 again. But yeah, I'm gonna say I could have got a 7th there. But we'll call it at 6 and match reps. So I'll write 6 reps with an RPE of 9 for our right leg. And then, you know, on our second set for each of the legs here, I think I'll just keep the weight the same. Yeah, maybe we'll get 4 reps. We'll go for 4 reps on both of our legs here for our next sets. You know, I don't really know why, but I'm feeling a little more gassed today than usual. Maybe I didn't sleep well or something. I'm not really 100% too sure, you know, just because it's the first leg day back where we're actually pushing to failure on all our sets. Either way, we'll push through it. So for the second set here, yeah, we'll probably go for like 4 or 5 reps on both of the legs, and we'll kind of see how that feels. Okay, 4 reps on the left leg. Yeah, it's fucking getting hard. Definitely getting hard. RPE of 10 for sure there. Yeah, we'll rest up for like a minute and then do our right side and try and get, you know, similar reps. Maybe we'll go for the 5th because we could have gotten an extra one on our first set. So maybe we'll go for 5. Maybe I'll stop it at 4. I don't know yet. Okay, second set for the right leg here. And yeah, like I said, 4 or 5 reps we're aiming for. Yeah, that 4th rep felt a little too easy, so I wanted to go for the 5th. Yeah, I'm glad I did though, because that was a tough rep. Felt pretty good. Probably an RP of 9.5, honestly. I think if I really tried, I might have been able to get a 6th again. Okay, warm-ups for this exercise are complete. I'm getting to the working set now. Yeah, so last time we started with 125, got 10 reps at an RP of 8.5, and then we increased the weight to 140 and got 6 reps at an RPE of 8.5. So I've got 140 on here, and we'll try and get like 8 reps. See how it feels, maybe increase or decrease the weight by a few pounds for the second set. But yeah, the goal here is gonna be at least 7 reps, maybe 8. Okay, I think I could have gotten 9. We'll call it at 8. It's getting pretty tough. So I'll say 8 with an RPE of, could I have gotten one more for sure? I'm not too sure. So we'll write 8 reps on an RPE of 9.5, and we'll keep the weight the same for our second set. And we'll go for like 6 reps at least. Maybe we can get 7, but definitely aim for 6 reps on our second set here. All right, rest is complete from the first set. And you know, like I said, we're gonna be going for around 6 reps for this set. Oh, you know what? That might have just been one of the hardest last reps I've ever done in my entire life. My entire body was tensing like crazy there, but it was worth it. It was a good last rep. Felt good. And I already fucking know, dude, the adductors are just gonna be absolutely dead tomorrow, man. Like, and then the following day, Oh, holy shit. I don't think I'm ready for that, but you know, since this is a muscle that we've never really directly trained in the past, it's essentially got the newbie gains, and we're also gonna get a lot more sore from it because it's not used to being trained directly. So gonna be a bit of a struggle here for the next couple of weeks with this exercise and the soreness that we get, because on pretty much all of my other exercises, you know, I don't get sore at all. Maybe my forearms directly after my chest and back day are a little sore, but you know, like I'm not really getting any lingering soreness. What do they call it? DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness? Yeah, I'm not really getting any DOMS throughout the days that follow my workout, which is pretty nice. It's gonna be a different story for this exercise here, and I'm not too prepared for it. But we'll see how she goes. All right, so that weird attachment that we had, I ended up just returning it, you know, and we're just gonna use this machine for our abs going forward, because it's just too good of a machine. You know, it does exactly what you need it to do. Yeah, you can kind of progressively overload it, mostly fine. You know, we're like halfway to maxing it out because there's only so much room on the pin here for where the plates can go, but that's okay. We'll figure something else out once we do get to maxing this machine out. But anyways, last time we did this, we did 25 pounds for 8 reps. And obviously, you know, it's been a while. So we're gonna do 20 pounds and we'll just kind of see how many reps we can get on this first set here. Okay, I think that was either 7 or 8 reps. Yeah, I'll have to look back at the footage when I edit it, but not a bad set overall. Felt pretty good. We'll be back up to 25 pounds in no time, you know. But yeah, so I'll write 8 right now. I think that was probably an RPE of 10 for sure. And then if it was 7, we'll change it after I look at the footage here. But yeah, this machine is so good because I get a perfect stretch on the abs here, and it's really hard to cheat and use your hip flexors, which is a big problem that a lot of people have when doing ab exercises. As you know, they're not flexing at the spine, which is, you know, what the abs do. That's their only function, is to flex your spine. So when you're not flexing your spine, you're not training your abs, unless it's through isometric, of course, like when you're doing hanging leg raises or whatever. And you know, you can't really, like, the only thing you can do on this exercise is, you know, flex your spine. So it prevents a lot of the cheating. You get a really good stretch because you're pushing your hips forward, and then your abs are nice and stretched. So definitely, easily the best ab machine in this entire gym, which is pretty good. I'm glad that there's a good one here. Yeah, the goal for the second set here, yeah, we're gonna be aiming for around probably 6 reps. I wanna get at least 6. Maybe we can push for a 7th, but the goal here for this set is definitely gonna be at least 6 reps. Okay, we're not getting that 7th. Ugh. I think I could have if I didn't like stop in the middle of my set, because I thought I clicked the button on my mic here with my chin when I was doing the crunch and it stopped the recording. So I like paused for a sec to check it, and you know, if I didn't have to do that, I might have been able to get 7. Not 100% too sure. Either way, you know, we'll take 6. We'll run an RPE of 10 there. And then hopefully next session we can get 9 and 7. And then maybe I'll increase the weight on the session after that, or maybe I'll keep it the same. I don't know yet, we'll see. All right, so we're gonna be doing the standing calf raise now. Yeah, I just messed around on it a bit, you know, did some warm-up reps unilaterally and bilaterally. And, you know, like I said last time, we're gonna do this one unilaterally because of the amount of weight that I can move with my calves is pretty strong. And, you know, I don't want so much spinal compression because the whole load is right on the spine and it's super uncomfortable. And, you know, it's just not worth any risks of like potentially hurting myself. You know, I don't want to have to worry about fucking the position of my spine or any other bullshit really. So going with a lighter weight and just doing it unilaterally is just going to be better off overall. And then also another thing is these pads on this machine are super rough and they just leave bruises all over your shoulders, which is super annoying. You know, they look kind of cool, right? Battle scars or whatever, but just another thing that's probably not good for you. So I got 180 on there right now. We'll kind of see how it feels. You know, we might increase or decrease the weight depending on how many reps we can get on our left calf here. But yeah, hopefully 180 is going to be pretty good overall for a weight for ourselves. Okay, 10 reps, not bad. You know what? I think for our second set, we'll probably go up to 200 pounds. This machine goes up in 20-pound increments. So we'll go one up, we'll go up to 200 pounds. And, you know, maybe we'll get like 7 reps. But overall, if I start feeling some discomfort or if I start seeing some more bruising on my shoulders from the pads, this might just be one of those exercises that we start doing like 15 reps of, you know, because I don't want to bruise my shoulders and I don't want the discomfort from the spinal compression due to the weight. So just going with a lower weight and performing higher reps is probably what we'll have to do if that does occur. You know, if we do get some discomfort and if I do start to see some more bruising on my shoulders. But if I do get bruising on my shoulders, it'll probably be on there tomorrow, and then it'll probably stick around for the chest and back day after our rest day tomorrow. So if I do get some bruising, I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, so the rest for our right leg, or for our left leg coming to an end here. So we're gonna get into the first set on our right leg here, and I'm just gonna try and match, get around 10 reps here. We'll see how many we can get. I'm gonna assume maybe we could probably even push for 11 or 12, but we'll just match for this set here. Okay, you know what, that was pretty good actually. The strength between my left and right calf are pretty similar. I thought my right calf was going to be a lot stronger, but that's not the case. So 10 reps, you know, I'd probably say the same, about an RPE of 9.5. Yeah, it felt pretty good. We might keep the weight at 180 actually for our second set. Actually, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll keep it at 180 and we'll just do a little bit higher reps on this exercise, you know. We'll have a rep range between roughly 7 and 12 reps as opposed to the 5 to 9 that I typically like to go for. And yeah, we're gonna aim for around 8 or 9 reps here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna call it at 8 there. Whew, it's starting to get pretty hard actually, not bad. I might have been able to get 9, so we'll write an RPE of 9.5, and then yeah, we'll just match on our right side here and just get 8 reps again. All right, so I had to use the washroom there. So we took a little bit of a longer rest than I would have liked to, so we might end up matching our reps here from our first set on our right leg. So maybe we'll get 10, I'm not too sure. I don't know, we'll see, 8, 9, 10 reps maybe, somewhere around there. But yeah, it was like a frickin', probably a 6 or a 7 minute rest there, just for this right leg. Yeah, no, I definitely could have got like two more for sure. So we'll just write an RPE of 8, even though the set shouldn't have been able to go that far. But because we took a bit of a longer rest than usual, we were a little stronger than we should have been. So, all right, so legs are done. You know, quads are looking pretty darn good. Oh yeah, look at that. That is fucking nice and meaty right there. Calves. Yeah, I'm starting to get some pretty good separation on my calves there. Starting to look pretty good. Less so on the left calf, either because it's more pumped or just because it's smaller. Abs though, I mean, yeah, still not a lot going on in the ab region. We'll get there eventually. But for now, it's not looking horrible. But anyways, tomorrow's rest, and I'll see you guys on Monday for chest and back.